Thanks, Janella. A long-standing dispute between, or rather domestic dispute, which turned deadly this morning, has raised concerns about stress levels among correctional officers. Two of them were the victims of a murder-suicide in Waltham Park, St. Andrew. The Jamaica Federation of Corrections is now calling for more help for its members. Tragedy on Waltham Park Road in St. Andrew Wednesday morning. A murder-suicide which rocked the community, the victims' relatives, and the staff of the correctional services.
It's a sad day for all of us. None of us have expected that this would have happened.
Chairman of the Jamaica Federations of Corrections, Arlington Turner, explains that both victims were correctional officers. They have been identified as Staff Officer Patrick Gowans, who worked at the Metcalf Street Juvenile Center, and his wife, Rolene Gowans, who worked at the Fort Augusta Institution. It's understood that sometime after 7 Wednesday morning, Mrs. Gowans was seen running along Woodpecker Avenue with her husband chasing her. She was cornered close to the intersection of Waltham Park Road and Wavell Avenue, where Mr. Gowans shot her in the head with what's believed to be his licensed firearm. He then turned the weapon on himself. Both died at the scene. But according to Mr. Turner, the tragic confrontation was brewing for a long time. He says the couple had been having marital problems, but he believes this, along with the mounting unaddressed stress levels of the job, made things worse.
If something affects you externally, it would affect your job also. So the approach from the department, we believe it's not addressed properly. Hence, this is why it reached where it reaches today.
He says the job of correctional officers, dealing with inmates on a daily basis, is a high-stress job. He believes enough is not being done to help workers deal with this stress.
Many of our officers would need psychiatric evaluation. In the Department of Corrections today, there is only one psychiatrist who treats with over 4,000 inmates. There is none to treat with the correctional staff. And I think this is a backward step, and this is something that needs to be addressed. So we need to look at these kind of issues. So we will be making some proposal to the ministry.
Further checks by our newsroom revealed that both Mr. and Mrs. Gowans were offered counseling. However, only Mrs. Gowans agreed to it. Mr. Turner, however, said moving forward, he will ask the Security Ministry to double the budgetary allocation for wellness and psychiatric help for workers. Herman Green, TVJ News.